CCC family? It's Dawn Marie with Custom Comfy Crochet, and today we're going to learn how to make a Halloween wind spinner. How cool. I came up with this. I think it's really nifty looking. My daughter loves Halloween, and so basically I made this for her. But there's a little spider on the end with a little sequin right in the middle that glows in the sun. This is using orange and black yarn. Really simple stuff, really easy. I did another video of wind spinners. It's just basically the same, but I'm going to go over it again. And I'm going to leave a video in the description box below on how to do this spider. I have the spider in another video. So if you want to make this, then I'm going to show, I'm going to put that video in the description box below. Okay, so the first thing I want to ask is please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notify me bell below. And please share my videos to any crochet groups or friends. If you love the videos, they might like them too. And that really helps a whole bunch. Okay, so let's get into the materials. So for today, we're going to be using a 4.0 millimeter hook or a size G. You're going to need a darning needle. You're going to need a big one and a small darning needle. And the small one is basically for the sequins. So if you don't have a small one, or you don't want to use the sequins, then that's okay. You don't need it. But if you want to get it through the yarn, through the sequins here, you definitely need a smaller darning needle. And these sequins that I got, that I used for that one little thing, I got these from Dollar Tree for $1, and that's what they look like. They came with orange, gold, and green. And then I used a Red Heart orange yarn for the middle, and then I used it's a Hobby Lobby yarn. It's a smaller, I think it's like a 3-weight. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't remember the name of it, but basically any black yarn will work. Okay, so any one will do for this. Okay, and that's what it looks like spread out. And then I just had a string coming down from the end with the spider like it's crawling up. Okay, so let's get into the video. The different links for these is all what you want it to be, okay? There's no definite chains that you will need to do, but this one was about 100, I think 110, something like that. And that's the length. I can't even put it in the camera, but I want to say it's about 2.5 feet long. Okay, and that's what you got with 100, and that's, you know, it stretches out some, so it's really probably almost 3 feet. Okay, and then of course we've got the end with the spider on there. All right, so you can start with as many as you want to. You could make one with 75, one with 50. I really wouldn't go below 50, but you can do whatever you want. But for the sake of the video, I'm not going to do nearly that many stitches because I just want to show you how to get it done. Okay, so we're just going to start off because these stitches double as you go. We're increasing. So I'm just going to start off with a slip knot, and I'm going to chain 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Like I said, you can use any colors you want. You can change colors, but I did all of mine in orange and the outside in black. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to cut off. So I'm just going to pull that through just like that. And then I'm going to put a knot so I know where the end is. And guys, this pattern is the exact same pattern that my grandmother, I saw her making scarves with this pattern. So, you know, I just wanted to let you know you can make all kinds of things with this pattern. And, you know, the scarves, of course, they were done way longer with a lot more rounds in them, but they would just be those beautiful curly scarves, okay? So now I'm going to bring the color on this side over here. I'm going to bring it in, and I'm going to chain 1. And I'm going to put a single crochet in this first stitch right here. Pull tight there if you need to. And then I'm going to put a single crochet all the way down. So of course your project will be much longer than this. And I don't want to make anything tight with these spinners. I want to keep it loose. Okay, so we're on our last stitch here. So we should still have 10. And now we're going to cut off again. And the reason why we're having to cut off and we're not turning our work and stuff is because we want our spinner to look a certain way. We don't want the back side poking out to the front, okay? So then we're going to take our yarn and go right back down here. And we're going to go into this stitch. We're going to bring, again, the same orange in. And then I'm going to chain 1. And in the same stitch, I'm going to put 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. And I'm going to do 2 double crochets all the way down. And I really think that when you're making these spinners, and I said this in my other video as well, it's really good to use, you know, the good cheap acrylic yarn that you normally wouldn't want to necessarily use. You want to use like the Red Hearts and stuff like that. Not so much the soft cottons or the softer or lighter DK weight yarns. They just don't work as good, and keeping the, you really need it to be a little bit rigid to keep its form. So now you would think that the heavy cottons would work good with that, but they tend to be a little bit too heavy. So like I said, I would stick with this good old cheap acrylic yarn for this project. But again, try anything you want. Okay, don't forget this last stitch. It can come apart on you a little bit, and so it almost doesn't look like a stitch, but if you turn it on your side, you can see where we pulled out our yarn here, and you can see that V. So make sure that you put your 2 stitches right there, your 2 double crochets. Okay, pull tight there on the end, and then you're gonna need to cut off again and just pull through. Okay. Then we're going to go to the other side again. Pull in the same color. Chain 1. And now you're going to put 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And again in the next stitch, 1, 2, and 3. Now the reason you're not chaining 3 at the beginning or anything is because you want this to curve. So as you can see, by not doing that, we're causing this to curve in, okay? So you definitely don't want to chain 3. I know it's weird not to. Okay, so just keep doing 3 in each stitch all the way down. Okay, so now we're nearing the end, and as you can see, we've already got this turning on us, which is exactly what we want it to look like. And we're going to go into these last 2 stitches and put our 3 double crochets. Don't forget this last one. Then you can pull because it likes to come undone there. Okay, and then we're going to cut off, and now we're going to bring in our black, okay? So pull up and pull through. And now we're going to go to our other side, and we're going to bring our black in. And this is a smaller weight yarn. Like I said, you want to use similar yarns when you're doing this, but if you're going to use a different yarn, make sure that it's smaller than the one that you've been using, not thicker, so it won't weight down your sides, okay? So, pull this out. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna come right in down here where you did your first stitch, and you're gonna bring in this black yarn. You're gonna do a chain, and that same stitch, you're gonna do a single crochet, and then you're going to do a single crochet all the way around, okay? So, and you're just keeping your work nice and loose. You don't want this single crochet to turn your work in too much. So just try to keep it nice and loose. So you would just do single crochets all the way around. Just like that, okay? And I'm not going to keep going because you can see what to do. You just keep doing single crochets, and then when you get to the end, you would cut off. And then you would come back to the other side again, okay? So we're just gonna cut off there, and we just come right back to here where we were. Now, this is where we're going to put in these beautiful little ridges. Now, you don't have to do that if you don't want. You can stop it here. You could have stopped it at the orange. You can do whatever you want to do. So again, we're right back up here at the top again, and we're going to come right in into this first single crochet that we did. We're gonna bring the yarn in, do a chain 1, and then you're going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then you're gonna skip a stitch, go into your next stitch, and put a single crochet. Then you're going to chain 5 again, 3, 4, and 5. Skip a stitch, go into your next stitch, and put a single crochet. Then chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Skip a stitch, go into your next stitch, and put a single crochet. And so as you can see, you just keep doing that all the way around. Really easy stuff. And then when you get to the end over here, you're going to want to leave a long piece of yarn because you're going to use that to knot off and to hang up your stuff, okay? And then you can also, when you get done, you would come back to this side where you have the little knot, and then you could hang your spider from down here. I just ended up looping one piece through here of yarn. I just, one long piece, halved it, brought it through, worked my ends end back in here, and then sewed my spider on. Again, that will be in the description box below. So this is really easy stuff. If I went too fast for you, I've got another wind spinner video below. I can put that in there as well, and I will. So that if you wanted to go over it a little bit more, you can. I did a little bit more in that video, but it's pretty easy, pretty self-explanatory. But if you have any questions, you can find me on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, of course, right here on YouTube, and I have a Gmail. And I would love to see your finished spinners. Like I said, they look great for any kind of holiday. You can make them Christmas, you can make them Halloween. So I'd like to see what any kind of ideas that you come up with would be great. So happy crocheting, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.